Hello, beautiful people of Facebook land. We are on day 19 of Crystallize 2020. Only a couple more days left to go, and this is where we get down. We get down and grounded. And we've spent pretty much the entire time leading up until this point really shedding all of the blocks from our past, anything that's been holding us back. We've figured out how to get grounded and some really practical tools for centering and grounding and getting present. And for the rest of this week, we've been really active in our visioning process and our ability to utilize the power of our creative visualization, which is very much a superpower. Our imagination is a superpower. I don't know how many of you had ever been told, well, it's just your imagination. It's like definitely the thing that we try to instill in children when their imagination or their intuition or their extrasensory experiences are becoming overwhelming, rather than helping them cultivate a way to navigate through that. We often invalidate our imagination and our creative visualization, and that is super unfortunate because it's definitely one of our superpowers, and we've been activating it a lot this week, really tuning into our higher self connection and seeing what exists on timelines future, things that we're moving into, goals and achievements that we wish to set. And today I've got my handy dandy notebook. I've got a fistful of colored pens, and I would suggest you get yours as well. Feel free to pause the video, run off, get them if you need to. It doesn't have to be colored pens, but for activated learning, which is a way of getting all of your mind, all of your brain into the learning process, we want to do things like, being physical in our movements, using lots of colors. Different colors can help our brain focus on different things, compartmentalize and remember better. You can use stickers. There's a way where the 10-24-7 rule, sorry. So after you're learning a new piece of information, if you repeat it after 10 minutes, and then after 24 hours, and then after 7 days, you're going to be able to retain it better. What are some other activated learning tidbits? Writing it. If you can write it, and then read it, and then speak it, and then teach it, then that's also another way of anchor in new information. So feel free after you are done your journaling or your writing to not just leave it there. That's why I also offered a space in our Facebook group to share it. So you can share it with other people, getting feedback, or tell your best friend, or tell your cat, speak it out loud somehow. Anyways, little drop on activated learning for you. Or accelerated learning. I like activated too. So I got my pens here. I've got my notebook. And so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating our star chart, our roadmap, our vision map, however you want to call it, whatever is going to work for you, whatever is going to make you feel really excited, and call it that. But this is where we're getting to get down to our planning for our next series of cycles. So in our meditation yesterday, we went to the end of the month, saw what goals and milestones were available to be achieved there. Then we went to the end of the year. Then we went to by the end of 5 years, by the end of 10 years, by the end of 20 years. So the reason that we did that is to really see what your higher self, what your subconscious is really dreaming of to be able to accomplish within those milestones, within those set time frames. And it's okay if it's a little bit you know, the in-between steps, the steps from here to there, are a little bit vague. We're going to be dealing with that and talking about how to break that down tomorrow. But right now, we're going to be working just in our vision map. So on your blank piece of paper, we're going to draw our timeline here. And so you are here. Then we're going to have another line down, and this is going to be, yeah. So I'm going to be using different colors. So you're here, end of the month, end of the year, 5-year, 10-year, 20-year. Okay? So we can do, by the end of February or March or June or whatever month you're in. Then by the end of 2020, year end of 2020, then we're going to go into our 5-year, 10-year, and 20-year. And then on this, you're going to, here's mine. So on this, you're going to put your month. So this is the goal that you have visioned for yourself by the end of the month. If for some reason in your meditation, your goals didn't fully resonate with you or definitely didn't ignite with you, you're free to change them. You're not locked in. If you didn't do the meditation yesterday, I do suggest going back and doing it. But if not, if you're super clear on what your visions are and what it is that you want to experience, how you want to feel, just go with it. So by the end of the year, this is my personal one. This is for my business that I just did out. So by the end of the month, I want to have 3 new one-on-one clients. And then, so I state what my goal is. State what that milestone would be. State that thing that I'm willing to celebrate. And then go down to, a little bit, break down just in bullet point a little bit more about that goal. So, I would really seeing that those 3 new clients are going to be women in between the ages of 26 and 39 who are inspired and inspiring. Like, I'm super inspired to work with them and get a lot from it. Our souls ignite. So they're dream clients that I just know that when we get together, it just creates this powerful ignition, this massive soul catalyst where, I'm a pretty intense activation portal. And so I'm looking for people that just really ignite in that field so that they can call in their biggest passion, their dreams, because getting you in touch with your deeper soul, that's my jam. They're feeling abundant and they're happy to pay. They recognize that this is an investment, and the more that they invest in themselves, the more they're going to receive back from the universe, and it's going to be a really powerful, amazing thing. They're primed for transformation. Like maybe you've gone through this program, maybe it's one of you, and are in it for 6 months. I'm running my one-on-one program for 6 months at the moment. It's rolling. And then, so that's it. I've just got those bases. I just want people that are passionate and ignited. And I'm going to go deeper into that tomorrow when we do our SMART goals. But for now, just a few bullet points will do. Something that really stood out to you when you did the meditation, when you got into the feeling of it, when you got into the visceral senses. Pull from that. Pull from what was really alive and what felt really, really good. And so then I move on for the next year, you know, my full client roster, 8 one-on-one clients, 2 VIP immersions, 33 group students, you know, all eager to cultivate their futures, living in and really activated in their embodied soul program. Then the 5-year plan was, you know, to have moved from the Rose Temple here onto the Malachite Ranch, which is named after my son Kai, which is a permaculture biodynamic farm somewhere on Vancouver Island. It's going to be a healing art and education center and retreat, and be a village to raise the children in and care for the elders, cultivation of traditional medicines indigenous to the land and the biosphere, with a core 13 stewards for water rich and surrounded by groundland. So things like that. You know, then moving to the 10-year, world-renowned, sought-after transformational speaker performer, invited and paid well to travel the world to speak, do a performance led in group activation for 50,000 people at one time, speak in front of 1 million people is my goal, and get to bring my family along for the journey, which is really fun. And then for the 20-year, co-created web of villages. Each village is a node connecting to a ley line, ecologically integrated biodynamic restorative communities that protect indigenous plants and culture to that specific area. And that's going to be a co-created. It's not going to be all me. It's going to be people that I connect with. So I had this vision, and now it's starting to be written down on paper. So what is your vision? Right? So we got a little bit of an idea. We went and we visited. We got in our space bubble, and we went to each one of those times. And if you did the journal exercises yesterday, I definitely mentioned to really get specific about the environment, specific about the feelings. And that's what you want to do in here with your bullet points. You want to take the goal and then break it down into the most important aspects. And that's your step for today. That's also going to be your journal integration. So tomorrow we're going to be breaking down into SMART goals, and we're going to be getting more specific on how to take these dreams that we're having, these beautiful visions, and ground them down in a way that is going to activate our subconscious into wanting to actually go out and get them. And so when we have a timeline like this, that's one of the most important things. And so you didn't hear me say in the meditation at the end of 5 years. I said within 5 years. So you're giving yourself a bubble in which to manifest within. So within 5 years, within 10 years, within 20 years, you know, and don't be shy, because the only limitation to these things is your imagination and what you can dream up for yourself, and really allowing that to connect in with what is going to make you feel great. So if you have a goal and you're like, in 5 years, I want to do this thing, and like your stomach tenses and like, and for some reason there's not a proper, like a full resonance with that. It could be that there's fear. It could be that there's self-judgment, self-sabotage. There could be a whole lot of other programs running. And I'm definitely here to help work through those with you if that is something that you desire. Or it could not, or it could just be that not the right goal for you. That could be your higher self being like, dude, are you sure? So, you know, go and meditate about it, journal about it. And if you need any help or any clarity around it, give me a call. And I'm going to leave you on that. This one's been short and sweet because you got to get to work with your creating. And I super love you all. And I'm really excited. Definitely post your timelines up for all of us to share, because when we share with our friends, when we share with our community, and when we put, these things out there, we have multiple people that can actually hold that space if it is in a community that is supportive. If you have your 5-year plan and you go showing it to, some of us have really supportive families and some of us don't. So, or old friends or people that have like a fairly limited vision on who you are and who you can be and what you're becoming, maybe don't show those people, and that's okay. Because when we have dreams and when we have goals, it's like this beautiful little seed, and under the right conditions, it can grow and it can blossom and it can thrive and it can become deeply rooted, and then there'll be nothing that can stop it. But if you take a seed and you bury it too deep, or give it the wrong fuel, just like the wrong feedback from, maybe the wrong people, it can suffocate and crush those dreams. It can take away the momentum. It can put a lot of mental energy of people who are carrying doubt about who you are and what you're capable of, and you don't need any of that. So this group that we're cultivating, Sacred Sovereign Life, is a safe container with people who are supportive, that want to share in your success and cheer you on. And so that is a safe place. And then be judicious about other safe places that you can allow your dreams to be nurtured by. And if you don't have those, just be aware to be the protector of your own dreams. I love you all so much. See you tomorrow.